If you've been watching any of my videos, you know I really love granny squares. So in today's video, I have 10 super fun and easy projects that you can make with just one granny square. Throughout the video, I will be sharing a lot of resources and free tutorials, so if I don't mention it within the video, you can find all of the links in the description box. First up, let's go with the classics: coasters, pot holders, and washcloths. These are super practical and you can make each one with a single granny square. I do have a couple of recommendations with this though. Use cotton yarn because it's sturdy, heat resistant, and machine washable, which is perfect for things that you'll be using a lot. Another thing to keep in mind is you want your fabric to be a little bit more dense, so try a smaller hook than what's recommended on the yarn label, and skip those extra chains. So if you typically like to do a granny square with a chain one in between those clusters, just omit that. That way it'll make your square a lot tighter, which will be a lot more suitable for these projects. Now I'm just recommending what you can do with a classic granny square, but you can take this to the next level and use these as a way to explore other patterns. These look adorable hanging on your kitchen wall. Next, let's talk about these adorable granny square earrings. I mean, how cute are these? The secret to making these look trendy and fashion friendly is the yarn. You want to go small for these, and again, cotton is your best friend. Similar to micro crocheting, you want to work with a small crochet hook, something like a 2mm with a mercerized cotton thread, or even embroidery floss works really well for this. For tutorials, I recommend checking out some free written and video tutorials like this one by Beth from Whistle and Ivy. You'll need some earring hooks, which are super easy to find, and really that's it. These make such a unique accessory and they're a quick project to whip up. Did you know you can crochet a cardigan with just one oversized granny square? It's true. So if you've been wanting to explore making clothes, this is a great starter piece. Just crochet a big continuous granny square, fold it, seam the size, and you've got yourself a cozy cocoon cardigan. There are a handful of tutorials to choose from for this, but I really like this one by Michelle from the Snugglery on YouTube. It's really easy to follow, and I believe she has a written pattern as well. And while we're on the subject of wearables, did you know you can also make slippers with a single granny square? Again, it's all about adding simple seams to form a shape. For tutorials, I'd recommend that you check out Gordona from Wool Story on YouTube. She is speaking Croatian in the video, but she also provides English subtitles within the video, which I think is really thoughtful. Another video I think you'll like is Ravella Designs for a slightly different approach. Both links are in the description. Now, one thing I would like to add to this is to avoid any kind of slipping hazards, I'd recommend that you get some puff paint or sock stop to add to the bottoms. My grandmother used to make a knitted version of these and they can be super dangerous, so do add something to the bottom of these to help with that. On my channel, I have a video showing how you can make a zipper pouch with 4 granny squares. But guess what? You can make the same thing with just one large granny square. Just fold it in half, seam the 2 sides, and you're good to go. Now, if adding a zipper and a liner feels intimidating to you, I really think you're going to like this video because I promise it's easier than it sounds. And if you really don't like sewing by hand, then you'll see that there's another option for you. Next up, a laptop cover. This one is so handy. Just make a big square that fits around your laptop, fold it like an envelope, and seam 3 sides. And then for that 4th side, you can just add a button if you want it to close. Now, just by resizing your square, you can use the same idea for a book cover, sachet, or even a cute pincushion. Now, if you'd like some guidance with this, I'd recommend that you check out Crafted by Kat on YouTube. And while you're there, she also has a great video about adding liners. And while we're on that subject, the next step up would be a pillow cover. These are so pretty. Just like the laptop cover, you're going to crochet rounds until your square is big enough to wrap around a pillow insert. And then you're just going to fold it over so you can seam all 4 edges together. Ophelia Talks has a fantastic tutorial, and I also love this version by Crochet by Jen where she adds a zipper through the center. Really clever, so be sure to check that out. This one's a favorite of mine. You can take your granny square and turn it into a wall hanging simply by attaching it to a dowel or even a twig. The reason I love this one so much is because you can make it even more significant by making a square while you're doing something like going on holiday. Use the yarn that you buy at the destination or the yarn that you've brought with you. And now you've got yourself a meaningful keepsake, capturing memories in yarn and color. Now, I had every intention of doing this while I was in the UK for the past couple of weeks, and I was sure I was going to find a wool shop, so I didn't bring any yarn with me. But unfortunately, everywhere I stayed, I just couldn't find a shop. So I'm definitely going to be better prepared next time I go. For number 9, there's another way you could go about this, and that's using a shadow box. So simple and adorable. I just love the idea of this because it's another great way to make something that has sentimental value attached. So let's wrap up our list with bunting. Now, typically when we think of bunting, we think of little triangles, but granny squares work just as well, especially if you put them on the diagonal where they have a diamond shape. These are great for parties, cozying up a craft space, or adding a little bit of whimsy to your nursery. If you want some tips on how to attach them, I'd recommend that you check out this tutorial by Jennifer on her channel Fiber Flux. She has a holiday themed garland that is really cute. And that's it, 10 amazing things you can make with a granny square. Oh wait, what's that, Biscuit? Oh yeah, you're right. Granny squares make great cat beds. Thanks, Biscuit, I hadn't even thought of that. Now, if you've watched this video and you've actually never made a granny square, then I think you'll really enjoy this video where I share how to make the perfect granny square that doesn't swish or skew no matter how big you make it. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you have a favorite that you're going to try, or share an idea that I may have missed. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.